Hello everybody, this is One-Eyed Tom. It is now December 11th. Uh, so yesterday, after moving the snow right when I was finishing up. So I don't know if the pin popped out or if I sheared the pin, but I'll show you on the other side. There's a pin that goes right there. It's for the bucket. It's this black pin right here. It's the same one right here. See how nice and smooth that spins around? Yeah, look at that. Huh. I can't believe there's nothing in there to hold that pin in there. But anyways, so now what I got to do is I called a dealership in a town over that away. You can't see my finger really, probably. But anyways, just west of us here. They got one in stock because I called one just north of us, which is on the way to Pollock's cabin. But they didn't have one in stock. They would have to order one. But they got one over in this other town. So, but it's $20. No big deal. But I found this one for now anyways. I'm just going to put this in there for now. At least I got a pin in there to get this bucket, to get this arm to keep from doing, because when, if you take and when you let the pressure off it and you put it up, this is way out of whack. The bucket kind of goes kittywampus cockeyed like this. So I'm going to take this pin and throw it in there. But you see how the fun part is to see, I got to get this thing lined up. So hopefully this jack, I might be able to get it lined up with this jack. We're going to try anyway. Another adventure in the day in the life of old One-Eyed Tom here. There we go. Look at there. One-Eyed Tom's not too, he's pretty smart for his old age. Not that bad for going to be 52 in a couple days here anyway. Where did I see a hammer? Right there. Let's tap that bugger through there. There we go. That's good enough. I don't want to go too far. But as you can see, the plastic's broken on the Kubota. But this was Pollock's dad's Kubota. So it was left with the house. Throw the pin back in there. So there we go. We got ourselves a temporary pin until me and Pollock can get over and get the right one. Because that's not a hardened pin. That's just a pin for a trailer. What you need is that black one, because the black one is a hardened steel. And that is what's supposed to be in there, is that hardened steel pin. But I don't know if it sheared off or if it broke off. I mean, just because they've been known, I guess, to just come flying out, as you can tell, because of how loose the other side is. Because I had the bucket up near and I had it down like the way it is. And I was shaking the bucket to get the snow out of it. Because it was a wet snow yesterday. As you can see, it's stuck to the top of the bucket. So, yeah, it took a while to move all that snow. Because, like I said, there was 5 inches, but it was wet, so it was compacted. So we more or less got, we probably got 7 inches of snow, but 2 of it was compacted wet crap. as you can see, because I lost the pin out there by the road in that snowbank. But, and I haven't found it yet. I just got off and looked real quick yesterday. I had to dig the trash can out of the ditch anyway. But I wanted to show you what the deer were doing up here. It's nothing major, but they're just coming up here. They've been up here right by the house here. They're up here last night again, as you can see. The deer tracks are in there. But let's walk out here. See them? They've been out here tearing it up. Looking for food is what they're doing. We just haven't been able to. Pollock hasn't brought me any sugar beets or nothing to throw out there. But they were up here, I don't know, a couple hours ago. And you see they're up in here getting acorns. This is an oak tree. But yeah, they were up in here this morning. There was one right here eating, and the other one was right in here. He was just in here walking around, a couple does. But yeah, they're all over out there in the woods. I mean, they're all over the place. I had to take that satellite dish down. But that's the hunting shack back there is where Pollock got his 2 deer. Got a couple nice sized bucks. So, but yeah, they've been up in here tearing this up. They might even be laying down up in here at night. It doesn't surprise me because you can see them. I mean, they're tearing it up out there by the road too. That time of year, everything's buried. They gotta eat, like I said. They've been up in there in the house. See, up in there eating. But I'll show you guys real quick my contraption for that wall. I just haven't been out there working. It's just been too cold. That and about out of propane for the heater out of that 100-pound propane tank. I clean off that Monte Carlo too. I'll show you the contraption I got here for the jack. As you can see, all I did was just took a couple. I already had them made. They were from when I lived over in that hole in that garage where I ended up, got adopted by a cat named Tokyo. That was the one I mentioned in the first video when I did this accidentally about her getting ran over. But anyways, and then I had these pieces of wood right here. I already got, as you can see, those right there. I got to screw them together because they're for Pollock's camper. And before I end this, I'll take you out there and show you what I got. But I'm going to sand them down and then burn them and polyurethane them after I screw them together. So, but yeah, you can see what I did here. Sorry, I had to turn the camera sideways. Can't wait until I can get a camera. Find out Monday what's going on with my court case. So that's a plus thing. But yeah, that's all I did. Just set that on there, and then I cut a 4x4 to go on the wall. So I'm just going to put some pressure on that and then pop that little 2x4 out, and then the one behind it, because as you can see that seam right here? Don't like that because that's part of the problem. And I'll show you when I do it, because I'm going to put a level on this, and I'll show you this stud right here. It's already caving in, and I'll show you when I do it, because I'm going to get a tripod before I do it so you guys can see me do it. You'll end up seeing what old one-eyed Tom looks like. But you'll see how out of whack that is already from that weight from them 2 LVLs up there carrying all that weight I was talking about. If he would have put them 2x4s in there and just done it right the first time, that wall wouldn't be like that right now. So, Good thing I did it now, because there's a bedroom on the other side of that wall, and eventually it's going to cave in if I didn't do it. And with somebody sleeping in there, yeah, the house would come down on top of them sooner or later. So, but that's what it looks like. So now I just jack it up to put pressure on that 4x4 to hold the weight. Just pop them boards off, throw my 2x4 in there, and then just work my way out. So once I get that one in there, I can take that jack out of there and that board out of it, that 4x4 out of there, and then just start slamming my 2x4s in there to make a big old stud, big old beam is what I'm doing to carry all the weight. And then the wall won't bow anymore. It'll be able to carry all that weight because it's going all the way down to the concrete here. Because this is sitting on block and on concrete. So, because this is a block wall right here, and that should be filled with concrete. In that outer block should be filled with concrete. Now, I already talked to Polak. We're going to take and fill all this with concrete yet, too. It should have been done a long time ago, but it wasn't. So we're going to fill every one of them holes with concrete. But anyways, and then once all them 2x4s are in there, it'll never cave. It'll never fall in. And then you can drywall over it when he's done, and because I got to put the insulation back in there, but he can drywall over it, because out here I got to end up framing all this in for a garage for him. But that's next year. But I'll show you what those looked like. Let me go on the other side. I already got a shovel. This is all they are. Yeah, just a pad. So when he puts his levelers down, yep, there's one there, and then he's got one there. He's got two up front, and then another one on the other side. So you got that one there, that one there, and like I said, he's got one there, and that one there. So when he moves the camper, he's going to end up moving it over there where that dude cut the tree down. But I think he might end up just putting it over between the trailer there and that tree, and then backing it in that way. Because we got to burn that brush pile yet, and I got to clean off the Monte Carlo. So, all right, now that I got that fixed, I can go back to, I want to scrape the rest of the driveway off real quick. At least I got a pin in there now. I feel better anyway. So, all right, I'm going to get back to work, folks. And I hope everybody has a God-blessed and wonderful day. This is One Eye Tom saying see you later. And I'll be back here shortly. I'll do another video tomorrow or something. Let you see what all I got done. I got a magnet. I don't know where I set it. I got a magnet for picking up nails. Oh, I left it in here. But anyways, maybe I didn't leave it in here. I don't see it. I left it out here somewhere, I thought. Set it down out here somewhere. Anyways, I got a magnet. Oh, there it is. I'm going to take out by the road in that snow and see if I can find that pin. Just right here. Got her at Home Depot. Got it for when I do roofs, but I don't do them anymore. Not since I died for 20 minutes. Don't get up on roofs no more. Equilibrium's off. My head's messed up. No bueno. That, and I don't sleep anymore. When I sleep, I don't sleep. All I do is dream when I sleep. So, yeah, so folks, when you end up leaving this crazy world, just go peacefully, and just thank God every day you're here. I'm lucky to be here, and it ain't the first time, but I'm lucky to be here. That 20-minute nap did me in, and 4 months in the hospital did me in. So, just thank God you're here every single day. Because if you don't, you never know when it's your time to go. That's all I can say. You never know. And I was already in the hospital for a month and a half, and that hospital killed me. And I can't do nothing about it. Can't even sue them. But that's another story. I'm going to sit down and do a video where I'm just sitting there and explain some things, and people will understand who I am. But I just thank God I'm here every single day, and I do my prayers and I read my Bible. That's all I can do. Because this world's crazy, and it's only going to get crazier. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's going to. So, all right, everybody. You have a wonderful and blessed day. And I'll get back at you here soon. So this is One-Eyed Tom saying, check you later.